Oh yes, now family, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today we're going to talk about the current state of boxing and what gets on Jazza's tits, because it's for what I see, the way it used to be and the way it is now, it's become very complicated, because I see a lot of these people around boxers and they've infiltrated themselves into boxing, but they don't quite carry the qualifications to be in the sport, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion, by the way, because a lot of these things do work for people, and a lot of these people give great psychological benefits, nutritional benefits, and also physical benefits. I get that and I understand it, and it's better doing something that benefits you than not doing it at all. I understand that, but there's a time and a place, and also this is just my opinion anyway. But what I'm going to talk about today is the people who are in boxing. The spots everywhere, and I was so angry about this. So the people who are in boxing now, it didn't used to be like this from when I turned professional, and that was a long time ago. I get it, 14 years. I should be in an old carer's home by now, shouldn't I? But I'm not. I've asked the Lord to renew me strength, and He has. And I don't know why. I'm better than ever. I'm stronger than ever. I'm fitter than ever, and I'm about to win a world title all these years later. So anyway, must I digress again? So the first one I'm going to talk about is meal prep companies. Now, this was a thing years ago, and it's a great place, a good place for meal prep companies, because they do benefit fighters. And a meal prep is basically, I haven't got the time to prep me meals, and I want to prep them all, and sometimes they're good because when I get them all done like that, I don't cheat, and I know what I've got to have, and they're set out for me, and I have to follow the plan. But some of these meal prep companies now, what I'm seeing is, some of them, they're catering to fighters' mental needs rather than what they need, their nutrition. Now, some of them are giving like pancakes and bacon for breakfast, and cheesecakes. I seen one last week, it was cheesecake. Someone was one of the meals was a cheesecake, and it got me thinking. I thought to myself, fuck's sake, if I turned up with a cheesecake and I'd made it and put it in a box with a label on it that said healthy food, coach would just say to me, what are you doing? You're eating a cheesecake there, you know. What are you going to get out of eating a cheesecake? And that's what you're seeing a lot of the time now. So fighters are going ahead with it because they don't want to, they like it, you know what I mean? A lot of fighters are lying to themselves, and also a lot of meal prep companies are lying to the fighters because it's good for their business. And if the fighter's still eating, he posts it, blah blah blah. I get it, it's good for their business, and I'm not knocking anyone's business, but what I'm saying is, if you are a young fighter and you're coming through, fuck them meal prep companies off. Unless, I understand it, you're financially not there yet, and you've got to eat healthy, and someone's coming on board to offer you good food. But just tell the meal prep company, please give me good nutritious food that's going to help me get to the weight, it's going to benefit me training, it's going to give me good fuel to train, and it's going to give me good fuel to recover. Because with boxing, you've got to be so efficient, because you've got to make this weight, you've got to make a title weight. And if you think about it, you've got 28 meals. If you're having 4 meals a day, you have 28 meals a week. If you have one of these cheap meals every day, like a protein pancake waffle or a cheesecake, that's 1/4 of your meals is going to be just pure shite. You might as well just eat normal and then go and get a bag of jellies at the end of the day. It's the same to me. That's what I think. If it's not benefiting your training or recovery, there's no need for that food. So I understand it for the mental aspects. Some fighters like myself in the past have gone like, look, I need this little bit of a mental refreshment, and I get it. Allow yourself one of them once a week, but don't be eating meal preps, bacon and pancakes every single day. That's my first gripe. I'm about to go on now. Just get ready for this, because this is going to get even worse. Now, another one for me was strength and conditioning coaches, what I didn't used to see years ago, and I understand they've always been around. And you go back to Ricky Hatton and Kerry Cage, done a great job, and these are proper. I use Carl Evans, brilliant at what they do. Carl Evans has got a PhD in this type of stuff. Carl Evans, not only get a PhD, where you think, does he still know what he's talking about though, because he's probably never took a smack. Carl Evans went to the Junior Olympics in Taekwondo. Carl Evans made weight. He understands the whole programme. He understands what fighters are going through. That's why I respect Carl Evans so much. But sometimes you see these people, they're telling you to do this weight, you're flipping these weights around, or you know, you're lifting these weights. It's like getting a personal best in his gym, But his gym's not a boxing gym. Does he understand that curling a dumbbell mightn't give a fighter the best chance of landing a body shot? Because if he's growing all this muscle on his bicep, but yet he still doesn't know to throw the punch with a good technique, he'd have been better going in the boxing gym and working on his technique more. So that's the I use, like, in my mind, Tyson Fury is a perfect example, isn't it? Obviously he might do weight sessions and stuff like that, but he's just an out and out boxer, and you can see he's perfected his craft in boxing, and he's not muscle bound. He carries a lot of fat actually, but he's put his boxing first. So, like, there's a lot of muscle bound fighters in the heavyweight division especially, and none of them can get near him. So yeah, he's the perfect example, really. Heavyweight champion, but yet he's not muscle bound. You know what I mean? You don't need to be muscle bound. Boxing's not about how you look, it's about how you fight. So the strength and conditioning coaches, just be careful of what they're telling you, and if they've had that experience. And I understand coaches don't have to be boxers. I'm not going to be one of these fighters who say, oh yeah, Joe Lewis didn't do it, so I'm not going to do it. Joe Lewis was in an age gone by, so don't be worrying about what Joe Lewis done. I'm not trying to be that guy, but what I am saying is, some of these people will never understand. Some of these people will never understand what goes into having an actual boxing fight. So the advice that they're giving you, it's all over the place, really, because they're talking about something that they do know nothing about, and at the end of the day they're using you as the fighter to promote their own business. So just be careful. That's one to look out for too. Shall we carry on? Alright then, social media. I see a lot about social media as well these days. Social media for me is a bit like it's love-hate, because you need it. Of course you need it, because if you're gonna fight these days, you're not gonna go anywhere if you haven't got a social media. And it's sad to say, but you can get to the top, but you're gonna stay at the top because you've got no your value is now worth a lot more if you can put bums in seats. And if you've got social media, then you can put bums in seats, people are interacting with you and engaging with social media and stuff like that. I'm not going to go too much into it, but what you see now with the YouTube boxing is how these people can sell a fight. And I think that promoters are going, well, how are these people selling fights? I don't want to name anyone here because I'm not trying to disrespect anyone, I'm just trying to put it straight for what it really is. How are these people selling fights? But yet we've got world champions who are amazing fighters and they can't even sell no tickets. What's going on here? But what's going on here is, the truth is, I know the promoters only care about money and it's a business, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. But these people will never be at a real boxer's level. And boxers will never be at their level when it comes to social media and doing YouTube content, because it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of energy going into putting stuff out there on social media, you know what I mean? You need a whole team around you to create good content for social media. So please don't get caught up in social media, you know what I mean? I do see some fighters, they're getting a video in the gym, they're taking the time out of their session to get a rest. I'll never post on social media. If I was going to post on social media of me training, someone's either taking that video for me or of me and they're tagging me, or I'm going to finish my session and then I'm going to go and do it again as an extra bit of social media content. I would never take myself out of a training session just to post shit for social media, because what'll happen is one day is you'll get found out, you know what I mean? And I know it might be, you will, I think that's just the way boxing is. You shouldn't, as a real boxer, you shouldn't be blagging it for social media, because what'll happen is you come unstuck and then social media will turn on you, and social media will say you're shite. That's what they'll say to you, exactly what they'll say to you. So be careful what you're doing with social media, and being famous and stuff like that. Just concentrate on the boxing, make it about the boxing first and foremost, and don't get carried away, you know what I mean? Do this podcast, that podcast, this interview, that interview, and all that. So just keep yourself behind closed doors, look after your craft, make sure you keep on learning, and keep in the back of your mind things that you're learning on, working on the gym, rather than how many followers I've got, how many likes I'm getting, how much money I'm making. Because what'll happen is, as a fighter, by the way, I'm not advising you on business or a media profile here. I'm just trying to say, as a fighter, keep the main thing, and always look after boxing first and foremost. So that's just one thing that gets on my tits. So maybe it's not like that for everyone. Maybe I'm just old school. Maybe times have changed, but yeah. And so I think for youngsters looking at boxing now the way it is, these little fellas as well, like they're looking into the sport, and boxing is a working class sport. At the start of boxing, anyone can get into it, but the truth and reality of it is, it's not a working class sport. The people with the most money can improve the most, and it's important to keep the lower levels, the grassroots working class, because now we're seeing kids going to the gym, £600 gloves on, £300 boots, all the gear, and some of the kids you don't need that, you know what I mean? You don't need all this fancy equipment to just do boxing. That's another one that is getting carried away a bit, you know what I mean? And I'd like to see it go back to a little bit, £20 pair of boots, £10 pair of bag mitts. That's all you need to go down the club. £2 gum shield, that's all you need. If you're a kid, you're little kids. I never had all this fancy gear. I just had enough. My parents done me proud by getting me just enough. Fight night, they always got me what I needed. They got me a nice pair of shorts, nice boots, and I was very, I felt good in there, you know what I mean? It didn't cost a lot, but it was just a little bit extra for my parents. It weren't easy to get, but I always knew that I had the minimum, if that makes sense. And there's a bit of a social pressure there to feel like you've got to fit in and stuff like that. But in the gym, I would never do that. I'd go to the gym and I'd wear the gym's gloves if I had to. Sometimes the gym would give me new gloves, which was always nice. Appreciated that from the boxing gym, and the coaches who was around me. But don't get carried away. You need all this fancy gear just to be in a boxing gym. It doesn't work like that. Boxing gym is for hard work, and that's it. You don't need nice clobber, fancy clobber. Sometimes you go to gyms now, you go to CrossFit gyms and these circuits and all that. I don't know what's going on. That didn't used to happen years ago. You used to go to the gym in a pair of our Reebok workouts and a pair of tracky bottoms, you know what I mean, with your t-shirt covered in paint. That was it. That's what our fighters used to say years ago. You took your socks in, your trackies, and you just get down to work. You sweat your ass off and you work and you come home with a great feeling. But nowadays, everyone seems to have all the best gear on. Going to the gym dressed in like nice clothes. It's madness. These labels in the gym, just madness. Don't be that guy. Don't fall into the trap. It doesn't work like that. If you're a young aspiring boxer or anything, don't sell your soul to get these nice material things and these nice material people, because that's what they are. Nutritionist, strength condition coach, it's all good and well, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to depend on yourself. When times get hard in there, it's only you in there, and don't forget that. Your nutritionist, they'll be 3 rows back, he'll be shouting advice, but he won't be taking no punches. Your strength condition coach, he won't be in there with you. Even your coach, who's the closest man to you, he's never going to take a punch for you. So you just make sure that it comes down to your hard work, your grit, your dedication, your determination, your desire. These are the fundamentals that make good fighters. Fuck all the other shit. And went off on a bit of a tangent there, but it's just get a bit passionate about it sometimes, you know what I mean? I see people blagging it like, look at me, but it should never work like that. Especially the good fighters who've got a lot to give to these youngsters, and they even get carried away with the ego and all that, and they don't give back by telling these fighters, look, it's just basics, hard work and dedication. So yes, anyway, rant over. That's just how I feel about boxing now. Let's strip it back, even when we I could go on and on to be honest, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, let's just leave it there. But thank you for subscribing to the channel. Everyone's growing the channel for me, people watching every day. I hope that you're enjoying the content and you're getting something from it, because that's the whole reason that I'm doing it. So thank you very much for watching. Please like it, subscribe and leave a comment. Just press like, it doesn't cost you nothing. And thank you to the channel sponsors, Applied Nutrition, Monster X and Integritas Property. So yeah, thank you, Pamela. Have a nice day.